How many of you have ever been at a crossroads in your life? Yeah. For me, I had two choices that night. Get up or give up. I knew that if I was going to go do something with my life, I didn't know what it was going to be. I had no idea that right here, right now, years later, I would be traveling the world, speaking, inspiring, motivating millions of people. I had no idea. But I knew that if I was going to go do something great with my life, I needed to develop from the inside out. I knew that if I was going to go do something great, I had to survive that place first and foremost. And let me tell you something, y'all. When I began to study people, I began to watch people, how they interacted with each other. I learned something amazing about people. Let me tell you, when you go into survival mode and the people around you decide whether you live or die that day, you get real good at understanding people, right? Let me ask you a question. How many of y'all are in survival mode right now in your business? What if understanding people could change everything? See, I believe we live in a world now where we have gotten so good at connecting without connecting that it's unbelievable. Guys, I've spent 20 years of my life trying to figure out what the difference is between successful people and people that just struggle in business and life. Here's what I found, that success in business and in life is greatly dependent upon your ability to influence people in a positive way. The product is you. Guys, it's always been you. You're what they're buying and you're what they're not buying. So here's what you need to understand, is that if you're not where you want to be in your business and in your life right now, you got to look at the product that you've created. It's real simple. Go look in the mirror. There's another level. See, here's what I know. As I travel the world and I speak to groups, guys, I speak at multi-million-dollar CEO roundtables. I speak at high schools. I speak at churches. I speak at leadership conventions. And every event that I go into, here's what I know. Most of the people in the room haven't even tapped into their true potential yet. I got up this morning, y'all, and I ran to the sink to brush my teeth because I couldn't wait to get this day started. How many of y'all ran to the sink to brush your teeth this morning? If you didn't raise your hand, you don't got it yet. You ain't excited about it yet. You're not passionate enough about it yet. When you lose sleep at night thinking about what's going to happen. Listen, I'm committed to this. I'm committed to going out and leaving my mark on this world. Many of you are not where you want to be in business and life right now because you haven't yet given that extra degree to what it is that you're doing. Yeah, it's hot. You heated it up, but it ain't boiling yet. You haven't got there yet. You know why? Because right when you get to that threshold, you get tired. You start crying. You start complaining. You start doing the things that people that aren't successful do. The most powerful tool that you have in your possession right now is your mind. You got to change your mindset. Know what you want. Guys, how many of you know exactly what it is that you want? I'm not talking about the superficial stuff. I'm not talking about the car. I'm not talking about the house. I'm not talking about the dream vacation, because none of that stuff is going to get you up out of bed every day, running to the sink to brush your teeth. Look at your fingerprint for a second. Look at your fingerprint for a second. Your thumb. Go ahead and look at it. Do you know that nobody in the history of this world has ever had that thumbprint, and nobody that's ever born again from now until the end of time will ever have that thumbprint again? You can't tell me you weren't created uniquely to leave your mark on this world. If you're getting up every day and you're going after a car or a house or whatever it is, you're never going to get there. You got to have something deeper that you want. You got to have a legacy that you leave behind. Because when you take that last breath, that's all that's going to matter, is what you left behind.